We're just a couple of minutes away on this beautiful day at Kansas Motor Speedway from the most famous words of stock car racing. Me and stock car racings. Gentlemen, start your engines. "37 cars are going to be on the track today. Tyler Reddick will lead them off pit road at the start at point with Denny Hamlin on his outside. Ty Gibbs, Denny's teammate and Joe Gibbs' grandson, is on the interior of the second row. Alongside Kyle Larson, who's looking to win his first race in almost 2 years, and it was at this track he got it. Chase Briscoe and Carson Hocevar make up row 3. Row 4, Chris Buescher and Daniel Suarez. Ryan Blaney and Bubba Wallace round out the top 10 as they start in row 5. Row 6 consists of Christopher Bell and Ryan Preece. Chase Elliott and William, who Michael Waltrip is interviewing right now, and William Byron are row 7. Hendrick Motorsports teammates are row 7. Joey Logano, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. are in row 8. Shane Van Gisbergen and Michael McDowell are in row. And sit in row 9. In row 10, Eric Jones and Austin Dillon. Row 11 consists of Brad Keselowski and Riley Herbst. Row 12 is Kyle Busch and Corey Heim, Zane Smith and Todd Gilliland in row 13. Row 14, AJ Allmendinger and Noah Gragson. In row 15 are Cole Custer and Josh Berry. Ross Chastain and John Hunter Nemechek make up row 16. Row 17 is made up of Alex Bowman in his second race back in the 48. After being suspended for a few races, and Austin Cindric. Row 18 is Cody Ware and Connor Zilisch, and Ty Dillon rounds out the field. I still miss the old 43 car fields. 267 laps.
Please welcome President and Chief Executive Officer of South Overland.
They always do a prayer before the start of the race.
Please join me for prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the power and speed we are about to witness today. We ask for your divine protection over every driver, crew member, and official on the track. With your safety in every turn. Lord, bless this gathering, grant a fair race, and bring everyone home safely at the end of the day. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Here to perform our national anthem. Please welcome the United States Air Force Band and America.
It's a shame that NASCAR's attendance is taking a hit outside of the major tracks. But I blame that on Jimmy Johnson. And the safety regulations NASCAR implemented after the Car of Tomorrow era. And the playoff system. So who's going to give the signal Those famous words in motorsports.
Five-star restaurants count on Zep to degrease their kitchens night after night. Your messy microwave? No problem. Spaghetti's back on the Zep. Messes have zero chance. The world's biggest sporting event hits the floor with World Cup. From the Quebec, Brazil, or Walmart. Boy. Only Wednesday on Fox. You already paid for the smart TV and Wi-Fi. The local news is on us. Just download Queen City News Plus to your smart TV and stream the local news quickly. Ever read the ingredients of water? Didn't it just be water? Yeah, but this water came out of the tap. Plastics. Monochloramine? We believe your water should be nothing but water. Trichloroethylene? Government says this is acceptable, but your water ought to be dependable-worthy. Dichloro something made the schoolboys say the big words. We offer complimentary in-home tests so you know what's in your water and how to get it out. Dependable-worthy Benjamin Franklin Fleming. Water ought to be dependable-worthy.
Spring is a time to move forward. We're making it easier than ever during the spring sales event. Drive with zero down payment and enjoy rates as low as 0% or make no payments for days. Visit HendrickCars.com and shop over 30,000 new and pre-owned vehicles, including 1,000 priced under $20,000. Make no payments for 90 days during the Hendrick Spring Sales Event. Start your search now at HendrickCars.com.
Swordfish won me the tournament. I once had an 8-leg parlay. An octopus, if you will. It came down to a game in Indiana. The team's plane got in super late the night before, so I figured I'd use my Bet365 sign-up bonus to hammer the under. Did you win? Well, let's just say the next round of omelets is on me, fellas! New customers bet $10 get $200 in bonus.
Let's just give 11 games in a row. You have to fire
West of Kansas City. Welcome to the AdventHealth 400 25 years ago on farmland, they built this racetrack. Growing up all around it,
I even been to me dog food.
boarding facilities anchored by this Kansas Speedway. It's always been a great place to race and one of our favorites because it's home to Clint Boyer, and no one in history has led as many laps here as Kevin Harvick. But the real key to Kansas has been this 7th generation race car. It's right at home on these mile and a halves, and especially this one.
Well, it has put on great shows on track, but this Kansas track has evolved into one of the raciest racetracks that we go to. But today, The question is, can anybody beat the Toyotas? They've been just dominant as we've started this season.
So true. 5 of them have won.
Anywhere but Las Vegas, and you see two Toyotas on the front row with Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin, Ty Gibbs right behind him in third. So can anybody beat them but themselves?
Well, let me see if I can find one, Kevin. And I think, folks, if it's somebody, it's going to be Kyle Larson. Got close last week. This race last year was his last win.
Only non-race winners this year. Only races not won by a Toyota this year so far. We're in Phoenix with Ryan Blaney coming out on top. And in Martinsville with Chase Elliott. The other 6 have been won by Toyotas. 4 times by Tyler Reddick, once by Denny Hamlin, once by Ty Gibbs.
Kansas Speedway, here to give the command of fire engines. Please welcome President and Chief Executive Officer.
Haven't started yet, Grego. Here we go.
Dip Royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, Your Royal Highness."
Arby's, we have the meat.
What causes a current Crohn's disease or somebody I can talk to for help? I got some back for that. You got somebody for Crohn's disease? Find a urology specialist who treats PD at goGetSomebody.com.
Runners will do anything to cut through the wind. Why? When you can go fast the easy way. Pains-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. High-performance running shoes designed to cut through the wind with unbelievable speed. Plus, they're lightweight and feature Goodyear rubber.
Not really.
Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst.
Let's see what Cage Match gave night 1. Pretty sure it wasn't kind.
Bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, Your Royal Highness."
We have the meat.
We've got
Yeesh.
turns.
It was definitely not kind.
Talladega, every tailgate gets a hype man. Idea 2, every first timer should get a Talladega welcome. And idea 3, use the spotters for the fans. Locked in here, buddy. Yeah, copy that, copy that.
Talladega is already the biggest part of the car. You don't change it, you embrace it.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
You haven't said that once.
Was implied.
I was wondering why I was saying Zick. Yankee Sox this Thursday on FS1.
Man is on your outside. How are you going to beat him down to turn 1?
Tyler Reddick's first career win in the Cup came in the 2023 fall race. Grego, can we focus? Get our focus away from wrestling and focus on fucking racing. Jackass. On the front row, inside on the right, outside on the left, it's Reddick and Hamlin. Then it's Gibbs and Reddick and Larson. There's won 3 times on this track as Larson. Fuck you, Greg. Chase Briscoe and Carson Hocevar are in row 3. Row 4. Chris Buescher and Daniel Suarez. Though the Roush team does have a couple of wins I know of off the top of my head at this track. 2005, Mark Martin. 2008, Greg Biffle. Number 5 is Ryan Blaney and Bubba Wallace. Row number 6, it's Christopher Bell and Ryan Preece, who's also looking for his first legit win. Chase Elliott and William Byron sit on row 7. Joey Logano forced to the rear due to a penalty he found. And Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Shane Van Gisbergen and Michael McDowell sit on the 9th row. Eric Jones and Austin Dillon sit on the 10th row.
Especially in the left rear. Let's take a look at yesterday's practice and see exactly how long the left rears were. Look how wrinkled the sidewalls were there. And remember, they were out there running over 180.
Those were on Joey Logano, Ryan Preece, and Bubba Wallace's cars. Tiger. Though it's more commonplace with the left rear.
Perfect day for
67 degrees and sunny. Track temp 104. 9 to 16 mile an hour winds from coming out of the southwest, coming to the track from the southwest. $267 laps, 400 miles. First stage will be of 80 laps. Second stage, 85. Last stage will be 102 laps. A 62 to 66 lap fuel window on these cars. Using those Biffle numerical discounts today are the RFK guys. They did say on select tracks this year to do that to honor a longtime member of the route racing family, the late Greg Biffle.
Week after week this season, you can't beat yourself. Kevin, Mike told us how many laps you've led at this racetrack and the success you had. How hard is it to find a balance in these restarts? You know, that was one thing that was a challenge for me. I could be good on the one side or the other, but it's hard to be good all the way through the middle. Well, and especially with this jet setting car, you have to be able to get yourself in a position where you don't lose a bunch of spots. And you want to be able to make that car turn and not be too loose so that you can hold the throttle down and protect yourself from a track position standpoint.
Now, two drivers have sacrificed their starting qualifying positions and go to the rear. Noah Gragson's team changed the steering column after qualifying. Joey Logano's team changed the steering rock and pump, so they'll be starting from out front. The Toyota Camry XF leads the field.
Time to say it. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. Three wide and rope. 3 wide. I mean, now we got 4 wide hanging into the front stretch of turn 1 and 2. I don't like that. Briscoe in 4th now. Getting underneath Gibbs. Larson moves to 3rd. Hamlin looking for the lead on the first lap, and he's going to get it. And he'll lead lap 1. Oh, contact between Hamlin and Reddick, and it pushes Reddick back to the front. Larson loses grip. Briscoe moves to 3rd. Hocevar is going to work to get around Larson, and he can't. Larson loses that spot, and he gets passed by Ryan Blank, and then Hocevar gets passed by Ryan Blank. Oh, wait, that's Ty Gibbs he got around. Never mind. I thought that was Blaney for a second. Hocevar goes back underneath Larson for 4th. And Larson now goes low to get beneath, try to get beneath Hocevar, and he's not going to be able to get it this time. Blaney coming up on Hamlin will reclaim the lead from Heretic, going low. Ryan Preece trying to hold on to a top 10 spot, looking to get around Bubba Wallace for 8th, and he does. Six car lengths between 7th, 8th, and 9th. Priesty going up, Priest going high. Priest going high. This is further on back. Cody Ware and Austin Cindric. AJ Allmendinger and Austin Cindric. It's 1, 2, 3 with Hamlin, Reddick, and Briscoe. Then Gibbs in 5th, and Wallace in 8th. In 9th. Gibbs falls to sixth as Hocevar gets around Larson. Wallace gets around Priest. He'll move back into eighth. Wallace gets back over, gets passed back by Priest. That fight for eighth has been very finicky. Hamlin continuing to extend his lead over Reddick. It's almost a full second. Dano trying to fight his way back from the back of the pack. Where does he sit right now? He is 32nd. Gets around Zane Smith. That's for 31st. Now goes to 30th. No, he does not.
He still has to play with it a little bit. He's picking the problem up earlier. So ran deeper in the corner. Hamlin's picking it up a little earlier on the extra.
That could be a problem that might doom Hamlin. However, right now he's ahead of Brent by almost a second and a half. Hamlin has won 4 races at Kansas, most all time. Other past winners on this track include Jimmy Johnson, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, who won the inaugural race at this track in 2001. Tony Stewart. The Busch brothers. And Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, I think. Fastest laps right now belong to Tyler Reddick. Denny Hamlin, Chase Briscoe, Carson Hocevar, and Ryan Blaney. Logano back in 30th. He's about to pass Alec Bowman. He goes to 29th. Josh Berry in 28th. Logano's moved up 8 spots. Corey Hines 7th. Austin Cindric 10. He's in 27th. He's in 21st. And he's about to go to 20th. And he's fighting for 20th. Cole Custer, Zane Smith have fallen off. Here comes Christopher Bell. He has fallen back 6 spots. He's in 14th, and looks like there's something caught on his grill. That's not good. That could overheat the car. That's not good. As soon as the pit window hits, or as soon as he gets a caution, Bell is going to have to go into the pit to get that garbage ripped off his grill, taken off his grill. Because if that piece of paper is not taken off the grill, that car is going to overheat. I mean, that car is going to overheat. Back near the front. Stenhouse fighting for 15th with Van Gisbergen. Oh. Riley Hurst and Ricky Stenhouse getting into a little scuffle. And we'll take a commercial break. 16 laps complete. It's Denny Hamlin dominating the field at the moment. Followed by Tyler Reddick, Chase Briscoe, Kyle Larson, Carson Hocevar, Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney, Bubba Wallace, and Ryan Preece. Your top 10. Ryan Preece and Chris Buescher, excuse me, your top 10. Then it's William Byron, Chase Elliott, Daniel Suarez, Christopher Bell, Riley Herbst, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Corey Heim, Brad Keselowski, Michael McDowell, Austin Cindric, Shane Van Gisbergen, Austin Dillon, Todd Gilliland, Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, AJ Allmendinger, Joey Logano, Ross Chastain, Alec Bowman, Josh Berry, Zane Smith, John Hunter, Noah Gragson, John Hunter Nemechek, Ty Dillon, Cole Custer, Connor Zilic, Cody Ware. That's Stenhouse trying to get around somebody. Who is it? Or someone trying to get around him? Oh, that's still Christopher Bell. He's fighting for fourth to hold on to his spot along with Daniel Suarez. That's for 13. Or that could be Riley Herbst for 14. Chase Elliott looking to get around his teammate William Byron. That's for 11. He'll pick up the spot. Herbst trying to fend off Christopher Bell. And Hamlin continues to bloat that lead. It's now well over a second, a bit over a second and a half over second place Tyler Reddick. Carl Larson gets around Carson Hocevar. That was for fourth. Chase Briscoe, losing ground. He's in third. And when I mean losing ground, he's losing ground to both Reddick and Hamlin. Throw in the fact you also have the rest of the posse now being led by Carl Larson on his back bumper trying to catch him. Austin Cindric moves up to 19th during the commercial break. I'm going to kill Mendoza. I want to kill him. Cindric up to 19th at this moment. Keselowski trying to get around Stenhouse or the other way around. Either way, how you prefer it. That's for 18th. I mean, that's for 17th. And Keselowski will take the spot. I mean, consider you got a bullet train in the form of Austin Cindric breathing down your neck. I can't blame Brad for getting around. around Stenhouse, who is really struggling. Back up front, Ty Gibbs and Carson Hocevar. This is for 5th. And Gibbs will take it over. And that's not good if you're Carson. If the right front's gone, you got to get back into the pit as soon as you can. Keselowski trying to get to 16th. Falls right behind, back behind Daniel Suarez. And it looks like Cindric got around Stenhouse. So that puts Cindric in 18th. Keselowski in 17th. Stenhouse is now in 19th. And he did. This Saturday, MLB on Fox. Some will get the Cubs versus the Dodgers. Others will get the Tigers taking on the Reds. At least I won't have a wrestling show to deal with this coming weekend. Keselowski trying to navigate the hole. In the meantime, up front, Bubba Wallace and Ryan Blaney are fighting for 7th. Blaney going to go low. Wallace high. And it's not really a good spot being that close to the wall. John Hunter Nemechek about to go a lap down, and he does, thanks to Hamlin, as now Hamlin is starting to pick off the slower cars. And you know what that means? Lap traffic. Big for any of the guys who are frantically trying to catch him. Hamlin about to go around puts down Cole Custer a lap. He's already put down Cody Ware and Connor Zillage. Custer now a lap off. Zane Smith about to fall off a lap. Ty Dillon next on the hit list. And this is a smart move because this creates more space between Hamlin and Reddick, as Reddick will have little to nothing to try to catch him. His only hope is a caution flag. Ryan Preece falling off. Keselowski moves to 15th. Cindric to 16th. Busher is now in 9th. It's pretty early for cars like Ryan Preece. Everyone's coming in. Byron, Cindric. Who else went into the pits? Let's see. Ty Dillon, who was a lap off pace. Kyle Busch is in. Austin Dillon is in. Chris Buescher, who was running 9th, coming in. Josh Berry is in. Here comes Ty Gibbs. And that's not Brad Keselowski getting ready to come in, and he does. Alec Bowman comes in. We're seeing a lot of two-tire stops out of these guys. Here comes Kyle Larson. Noah Gragson goes down a lap. Ross Chastain about to go a lap down. Only cars yet to come in: Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney. Here comes Reddick, Christopher Bell, Riley Herbst, Corey Heim. And now Hamlin leads himself. Gragson. That's not good if you're Allmendinger. And here comes Hocevar, who led a couple of laps in this cycle. He'll also lead Joey Logano and Corey Hyman. Blaney and Allmendinger had contact in the pit as Allmendinger was coming in. He got hit by Blaney, who was coming out. Hamlin checks back into the front. This will put Kyle Larson in second, Cole Custer in third, Tyler Reddick in fourth, Ty Gibbs in fifth, Chris Buescher sixth, Chase Briscoe seventh, Bubba Wallace eighth, William Byron ninth, and Ryan Preece in 10th. The rest of the field: Cody Ware in 11th, Christopher Bell in 12th, Chase Elliott 13th, 14th, Ryan Blaney, 15th, Austin Cindric, Brad Keselowski in 16th, 17th, Daniel Suarez, 18th, Riley Herbst, Ricky Stenhouse, Shane Van Gisbergen, Corey Heim, Austin Dillon, Carson Hocevar, Michael McDowell, Alec Bowman, Josh Berry, Kyle Busch, Eric Jones, Joey Logano, Todd Gilliland, Zane Smith, John Hunter Nemechek, and one lap off the pace, Ross Chastain, Connor Zilisch, Noah Gragson, Ty Dillon, and AJ Allmendinger is 2 off the pace due to that screw up in pit road.
Biggest sale of the year. Save up to 30%. Moving and storage until May 18th. And see what's America's movie.
45 laps in stage one complete. Bubba Wallace gets around Chase Briscoe for 7th.
This is Arby's new French dip royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, Your Royal Highness."
Arby's, we have the. Don't waste money on your business mobile plan, paying for stuff you don't need. With my business. What you need now, get our best price as low as $25 a line, guaranteed for 3 years.
So you got the memo? Looking good?
Ryan, there seem to be a lot of tensions. What happened?
Yeah, well, when it gets really hot, it helps every turn matter. Yeah, I mean, when it gets that hot, every turn. Right.
I get that, but can you take us through the last turn?
Like he said.
And Cole Custer now going back a lap off the pace, since he was originally off a pace. Let's see, where is he now? There he is, 35th. Your top 5 are now sit Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs, and Chris Buescher. Then it's Bubba Wallace, who moved up to 6 on board with Brad Keselowski, who currently sits 14th. And and Hamlin puts another victim a lap off the pace. It's Todd Gilliland.
Second pit stop, and now he's sitting back at 18th, almost 20 seconds behind the leader. During the pit stop, that was the problem.
Well, that fucking sucks if you're Kosovar that an air wrench broke. I don't know what an air wrench is, but he's going to have to make up for a lot of. But having said that, Carson is going to have to make up for a lot of lost ground. Make up a lot of lost ground. Kyle Larson gets around another lap car. That's St. Smith. And believe me, it's going to take a caution before the before the stage end caution for any of these guys to have a chance to catch Denny. But then again, Denny had a fuck up in Martinsville a few weeks back, screwed him over, and it was Chase Elliott coming away with the grandfather clock. Ryan currently sits in 12th with his teammate Austin Cindric coming up behind him. Granted, Austin is a little over a second and a half behind Ryan, a little less than a second and a half behind Ryan, and then it's another second and a half, give or take, back to Keselowski. Hocevar splits through Corey Hyman, Riley Herbst. This is 15th, 16th, and 17th. Herbst got loose, but he managed to save it. AJ Allmendinger is 2 laps off the pace, so him passing Hocevar Riley Herbst doesn't matter. But here's one that does. It's going to add another lap casualty. Kyle Busch being chased by his former teammate, Denny Hamlin. 26 cars in the lead lap, and Kyle is the last one on it. And Logano is ahead of that. And another former teammate of those two, Joey Logano, is ahead of them. I'm in 25th. Hocevar moves to 14th. Trying to climb his way back up. Hamlin now puts Busch a lap down, and Logano is in his crosshairs. Do not ask me what that means, folks, because I don't have a damn clue. And trust me when I say it's going to take something beyond the competition in caution, obligatory comp caution for any of these teams to catch Denny. At this point, to catch Denny Hamlin.
Just ran this all night last night in a rally race where they kind of get to the middle and cut that thing straight down. Really hard. When you don't run,
Ow, my neck.
you want to run as around the top of the racetrack as you can to take care of the right foot.
Reddick trying desperately to get back into this. He sits third, over 5 seconds behind. Over 5 seconds behind Hamlin and 2+ behind Larson for second. These lead lap cards are starting to drop like flies, folks. You race fans. Hocevar moves into 12. Still about 8/10 of a second. And out of these drivers, the one who has the freshest tires is Hocevar. He's only been on these tires for 18 laps. Corey Hahn moves into 13. That's for 15. Corey Heim at 20 was last year's truck champion. Keselowski moves into 15, Daniel Heim had his teammate Ryan Preece. And these guys know full well that a certain someone is chasing them down, and that is Denny Hamlin. I'm now about to go underneath Cindric, that's for 13. William Byron and Christopher Bell, that is for, where the hell are those two? 7th. Right, look at that right rear tire shred on Kyle Busch. I mean, Kyle's career has gone pretty downhill since the 2019 title. He won since his 2019 title. Hamlin trying to catch his former teammate Logano. 20 to go on this run, on this cycle, on this stage.
This track was just 4 years old, and Hamlin was 24. Denny Hamlin's won 5 Cup races since Kyle Larson, the second-most driver, last went to
We're going to take a TV commercial timeout. And that's the end of it.
To tell you the truth, we could take or leave the extravagance. Celebrity, the bragging rights, the bravado. Because all we've ever really wanted is for
Still want to slaughter. Put an end to.
Mom, I got it.
Chase Elliott gets around. Now don't know who he got around, but we're down to our last 17 laps on this stage. And for a lot of the guys who are off the pace, who are a lap or so off pace, it's going to be a blessing and simultaneously a curse. Logano has done his best to hold Hamlin off from passing him. Three-second difference from 3-second gap. Here comes Heim trying to get around Blaney. That's for 12th, and he'll get the spot. Still about a second and a half behind Hocevar for 11th. And then it's 4 seconds, almost three plus seconds back to William Byron.
Sunday goes 250 miles per hour. It can be hard downshifting to the speed of Shelby. You'll forgive Beth the next time he decides to get milk. He doesn't get it here.
Keselowski trying to get around Cindric. This upcoming summer, June 11th, the FIFA 2026 World Cup comes to the North American continent. Let's see what teams qualified for the World Cup. U.S., Canada, Mexico. Let's see. Keselowski moves to 14th. Okay, it's Australia, Iran, Iraq, Japan, debut for Jordan, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, South Korea. Uzbekistan makes their debut this year. Christopher Bell moves ahead of Chase Briscoe and Bubba Wallace. Denny Hamlin about to lap Joey Logano. And creating a little smoke that cost him a spot. Cape Verde debuts this year, as do Curacao. So we got 4 nations debuting in this year's tournament. Interesting. Briscoe passes Wallace. That is for 7th. Here comes Chase Elliott, who currently sits 9th. Going to the inside line. Whoa! That cost Bubba a spot. That puts Chase in 8th. Logano fighting for his life to keep himself on the lead lap, but the rest of the back of the pack are about to get lapped. Bell moves to 5th. So So, with the exception of Kyle Larson, it's all Toyotas in the top 5 as Logano continues to battle to keep himself on the lead lap. Here comes Gillen now. Speak of the devil. And Logano did hold Hamlin up sufficiently. And Logano just got passed by Gillen. Michael McDowell, the next target. And
Being on the bottom of the racetrack at this point in the run broke that momentum. Now they pulled up on Shane Van Gisbergen, Michael McDowell, the 22nd and 23rd place car, and Hamlin's going to through here for these final 5 laps in stage 1. SVG right there, all the way to the top of the race.
he gets around all 3 of them. Stenhouse is the next car behind in front of Hocever. Oh, that was close. Hamlin loses. He puts another guy a lap down. Next car on under his gun. As McDowell, as Gillen follows Hamlin into the line. And now Stenhouse gets lapped. Chase Elliott now in 6th. But I don't think he's going to catch him before the stage ends. Yes, Hamlin is a Gibbs car. Dork. But it's too little, too late. McDowell will get back in the lead lap. Dillon will get back in the lead lap. Hamlin wins the stage. Then it's Kyle Larson in 2nd. Tyler Reddick 3rd. 4th place belongs to Ty Gibbs. Then Christopher Bell. William Byron. Chase Elliott.
Spicy chicken sandwich, total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor. The heat it just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken.
So who gets the stage points coming out of stage 1? So the remaining top 10 are Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe, Carson Hocevar, Bubba Wallace, and Corey Hyde. Finishing 11th in the stage was William Byron, then Chris Buescher, Brad Keselowski, Riley Herbst, Riley Blaney, Austin Cindric, Alex Bowman, Ryan Preece, Daniel Suarez, Austin Dillon, and Todd Gilliland was able to get back on the lead lap just before Hamlin got over the line. First car lap off the pace, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 22nd, then Michael McDowell in 23rd, Joey Logano in 24th, Shane Van Gisbergen in 25th, Josh Berry in 26th, 27th, Kyle Busch, Ross Chastain in 28th, Eric Jones in 29th, Zane Smith, Cole Custer, Noah Gragson, John Hunter Nemechek, Ty Dillon, and Connor Zilic from 30th to 35th respectively through 35th, all lapped down. Cody Ware and AJ Allmendinger are the final two cars in the race, but they're 2 laps down at 36 and 37 respectively. So let's switch this to yellow.
Always in my pocket. They have the parts that I need and they can get them to me on time. When I call Supply House, a real person answers.
Fast, reliable shipping from Supply House and real help when you need it.
When it feels like you're going in circles, we'll make things go right.
That's McConnell.
They had a pit stop there at the end of the race where they got it back out front and were able to maintain what they had.
I mean, I get why Meyer started today over Peterson. It was to get Peterson a recovery. On Harvick's Happy Hour show.
Is ranked fifth so far this season. It's the same group of guys that went to victory lane 6 times last year, already once this year.
But again, fell short as a bridesmaid.
Looking forward to some Marky Riddick later today. Awesome loading for a tire trainer, former wide receiver at FIU. Devin Euchre, rear tire changer. I like long walks.
Yeah, Celtics have got today's game in the bag. If I know a certain often short-fused, short-tempered, simplistically minded, lacking nuance basketball coaching wannabe, he's going to blow his stack at Nick Nurse in a little bit. So what did happen to Bush on the last lap that cost him three stage points?
What we're seeing on reading the radio is the fact that maybe he's got a right rear issue and he slid up into the wall right before that stage ended. Yeah.
So that's what happened, huh? And there is a bit of damage on the right rear of the car. Pit crew rankings this year, Christopher Bell has the best crew. Ty Gibbs has the 9th best, Kyle Larson the 3rd, and Denny Hamlin the 5th. Bubba Wallace, one of the worst crews. And everyone's coming in, getting ready for Christopher Bell and Chase Elliott get into their pits first, their stalls first. Bill's first one out. He gets out of his pit first, but he's got a long way to go to take the lead. Reddick is the closest to that stall, and he can't speed on the pit lane. Larson's out. Hamlin's out. He'll come out first. Then Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, Chase Briscoe, Bubba Wallace, William Byron, and Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher and William Byron will be your top 10 coming out of the pits.
Lee White was a professional team manager and an Indy 500 winning engine builder. He headed up IMSA GTO road racing for Roush and Ford, and it was in the same role for...
Rest in peace, Lee White. Dead at the age of 89. At the age of 79. And passing away at the age of 79.
Lee White passed recently, age 78.
78, excuse me.
Bipolar 1 can overwhelm your mind. Sometimes depressive lows and unpredictable highs can make it hard to get out of your head. Finding relief may help you break through. Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase fees in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, sleepiness, nausea, vomiting, and indigestion are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar. Break you through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Kill me. Just fucking kill me. That's Simeon's ball shit. You don't call for it.
Styla has credit cards that march to your beat. No matter what you have in mind for your money, there's a credit card that's just as you as, well, you. Get there with Styla.
Supply House makes it easy for me to be more prepared on the job site.
You have to be ready to adapt, improvise, and overcome your situation.
Supply House is always in my back pocket, so anything I need, they're right there on the go.
You can order it today and have it by tomorrow. It's amazing.
They have the parts that I need and you can get them to me on time.
When I call Supply House, I'll go first and answers.
Fast, reliable shipping from Supply House and real help when you need it.
But for the rudder, we go perpendicular.
Get Peterson off the bar. Get making him sit to an easy. Try to boost his
I
confidence.
took the head.
Try to calm him down.
They went vertical out.
Down is a good concept on paper, but execution is useless. Especially when he's over tipping his damn pitches.
With Bet365's early payout, I won the second they went up big.
I'm ready to kick Carlos Mendoza's ass. I mean, if the Mets lose today to the Cubs, this should be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Stearns should have never given this bozo any votes of confidence. I mean, anything that he says in the presser now, and I'm referring to Stearns, he is lying through his fucking teeth. For weeks now, he's had the gun, metaphorically speaking, at Mendoza's head to turn things around. But everything he does makes things worse. So why not just do the fan base a favor and fucking fire him, Stearns? But you know there's a trade-off if you do. If you do, it will lead to you being under the gun yourself. Anyway, let's get back to this. Alex Bowman sits 11th. Riley, because they chose not to come in, or if they did come in, let me see if any of those guys behind the top 10 did come in. Did they go in? Let's see. They did. Everyone came in the front of the pack except Hamlin came in at the same exact time. If there's one thing I hate with modern NASCAR, it's this stage bullshit. It just artificially creates cautions when it's not needed. outside.
Carson Hocevar lost a bunch of spots with a 17.5-second stop. They had to jack the car up twice. 19 total spots lost today for him.
That's got to suck. Cardinals lost 10 spots on that stop. Corey Hine lost 9. Ryan Gibbs lost 5. And Ty Gibbs and Daniel Suarez each lost 2 on that stop. About to head back to the green flag with flag to begin on the 9th lap of stage number 2. And here we go. Stage 2 is officially on its way. Underway. Hamlin gets a bump from Gibbs to push Larson. Briscoe going to the high line of the outside line. Hamlin goes to the front. Here comes Larson, and Larson moves to the lead. And trying to slide up in front of Hamlin, and he does. Kyle Larson now moves to the front. Chase Elliott going to do that slingshot move. And he moves into second. Here comes Gibbs. And here comes Reddick. Coming from the inside to the out. But he lost momentum. And for those wondering why Corey Hine didn't get a stage point, keep in mind he's on a part-time schedule, thus making him ineligible to get stage points.
Take this restart, put it in your pocket for later in stage 2, and see if this charge to the front at the beginning of the stage will allow them to maintain speed late in this run.
Briscoe, Bell goes underneath Briscoe for set, trying to get it by him for 7th, he for 5th. In the backdrop, Austin Cindric, Todd Gilliland, who fought his way to get back in the lead lap, gets by Austin Cindric, that was for 14th. Here comes Hocevar for 7th, for 16th, to try to get around Austin Dillon. Here comes Ryan Priest. This is for 17th. Double play? Sports Sound on the line now. Reddick trying to get around Hamlin. There's not much space between the two of them. Stenhouse was the free pass, so there are 22 on the lead lap. Braxton is off the pace, so him passing Austin Dillon doesn't really matter much. Half-second advantage for Larson over his teammate Elliott. Good question. 23-11 running order. Reddick in 3rd, Wallace 10th, Herbst 13th, Hines 17th. Looking to try to get around Chase Elliott for second, and he's going to get by him this time. Burps, he's right at the second. But here comes Elliott looking to take that spot back as Hamlin starts to fall back. There you see 2311 owner Michael Jordan. Hamlin goes by for third, goes by Elliott for third with a bit of a nip, with a little bit of a bump. Christopher Bell charging as well, coming behind them. Them in fifth. He's about a second and a half or a quarter behind these two guys. This pack of three that's starting to break away a little bit. Yellen moves to 13. Burks moves back into 13. 13. Alec Bowman now sits in ninth as he gets around Bubba Wallace. Second race since returning from a suspension, I believe it was. Oh, vertigo issues. He was motion sick. Okay. Yeah, it is between Austin Cindric, Riley Herbst, Corey Hine, and Todd Dillon. This is from 14th to 17th. Carson Hocebar now falls to 13th, or is he in 11th? No, I think he's in 13th. Larson going around Allmendinger again. Allmendinger's a car of little to no consequence. He's 2 laps off the pace, trying to get one of those laps back. But for as long as he's able to hold up Larson and get at least 1 lap back under green, the more he can maneuver himself back into the race. Right now, it's Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Chase Briscoe, Chris Buescher, Ty Gibbs, Alec Bowman, and Bubba Wallace, your top 10. 22 laps in the stage 2, which means essentially 166 to go. Cole Custer is back on the lead lap, so Eric Jones will get the lucky dog, didn't get a caution. In the meantime, we got a fight going on for 12 between Brad Keselowski, who holds the position, and Carson Hocevar in 13th, who's about to get around him, and he will not on this exchange going into turn 2.
This is Arby's new French Dip Royale. 1 bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steaks.
Hocevar going low, coming out of turn 3. Bowman, Wallace trying to pass Bowman for 9. He's not going to get it this time. But he is going to get him coming out of turn, going into turn 1. Coming out of turn 1 and into turn 2.
For everyone price people. On this 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 plus Costco can get a 12-fit members only incentive. Race days become race weekends, and race weekends become full throttle. Pull up in your camera, pick your favorite spot,
one run other than this fucker. Larson has extended his lead over Reg to almost a full second. To around anywhere from 3/4 to a full second. And it's again Briscoe, Busher, Gibbs, Walsh, Bowman, your top 10. AJ Allmendinger, and look at from 13th on back, it's been a bit of a fight. This is from Reddick's view. Kyle Larson has been 2 agonizing years since he last won a race at this track. Reddick frantically trying to catch Larson. I mean, yes, we're not even halfway through the race yet, but the point still applies. He is still trying to catch him. This is from McDowell's view, Gillen's view. This is from McDonald. He sits 28th, 1 lap off pace. And this is from Jones's view. He's the first car off the pace. Jones just got around Kyle Busch to get back to being the first car to get the lucky dog, which is what happens when a caution comes out. Whoever the first car one lap off the leaders is, they get back on they get to move to the tail end along this line. Brad Keselowski moves to 11. He passes William Byron after a lengthy fight. That moves Brad to 11. So I did miss us. Steps. Oh, wow. It's not good for Suarez. He's now near the tail end of the lead line about to get caught. Something may be wrong with this car if it's slowing down this badly on him. Dropped 12 positions from the start from where he started in this race, which was 8th. This is on John Hunter Nemechek's car. He's also a lap off the pace. And Kyle Larson is now officially the all-time lap leader in Kansas history, eclipsing Kevin Harvick's record of 949 laps. Of course, Harvick has also won the first 2 races at Chicagoland International Speedway. over a second and almost a second and a half from Larson back to Reddick, and it's 3 seconds back to Hamlin. Or a half second back to Hamlin, excuse me. Then it's 3 seconds back to Chase Elliott. Another second and a half back to Bell. 1.2 seconds back to Briscoe. 3/4 of a second back to Busher. 1.3 back to Gibbs. Almost a full second back to Bubba Wallace. 1/4 to a third of a second back to Bowman.
But the seams always, and you can see it from these higher angles right here, above the racetrack right here. But the seams definitely have
And over a full second back to Brad Keselowski, and then another second back to Hocevar, who is fighting off, was trying to fight off.
Okay, right front on the seam, okay, left on the seam, split the seams on the entry to the corner. So you just be creative to try to do something better. As you go through this race here in Kansas, the conditions of the racetrack, the amount of water, and things that you have to do with the car. I like the way run my car and will you right front tire release. However, as they do, they have to get some closer. There's no back from the tall can. In the first 2 runs of the race, I mean, Denny had beat him up pretty good at the end of the run. And right now, I believe we're going to have to run at least 3 to 5 more laps, maybe 7 more laps to get to it. We know that at the end of these runs, Reddick has been struggling with his tires, and if that tire shuts off, you're in big trouble. You just got to slow down. That means that 77 to go in his state.
I'm going to be blunt. If the rumors of what the original plan was for WrestleMania to be true, that Aleister Black was the devil in Orton's ear, and that ultimately cost him to winning the title, cost him, it prevented him from winning the title last night, that would have been a better storyline because it made sense when you consider how Aleister also tormented Cody in AEW. Uh-oh. Hocevar gets a little loose going after Byron. This is for 12th. And Ty Gibbs will begin the first cycle of green flag stops. Will be the first car in to begin the green flag cycle. Interesting choice for Gibbs to be the first one to come in. Chase Briscoe, Christopher Bell, and Ryan Blaney also coming in. Need a track bar adjustment, did Bell. Chris Buescher, Ryan Preece, Austin Dillon also coming in. Chase Elliott coming in. It's a tactics call by Chase. Chase is in and out. Alex Bowman, Chris Buescher come in. It's going to knock Buescher out of 4th. Then moves Wallace to 4th, Keselowski to 5th. For now, at least. Kyle Busch is in. Brad Keselowski check comes in. Tyler Reddick on his way in. Here come Larson, Reddick, and Hamlin. Chris Buescher will inherit the lead for the moment. Very slow stop. Bubba Wallace and Chris Buescher check in. That gives the lead over to Carson Hocevar. Todd Gilliland will move to second. So the last three to pit out of this cycle are Ryan Blaney, Carson Hocevar, and Todd Gilliland. Gilliland going in for his stop. Here comes Hocevar into the pit. This is going to cycle the lead back to Kyle Larson. And Blaney checks in, so that ends the cycle. Larson back in front, Chase Elliott in second, then Danny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Tyler Reddick, Ty Gibbs, Alex Bowman, Chase Briscoe, Alec Bowman, Bubba Wallace, and Brad Keselowski now sit at the top 10. In the top 10. Then it's Chris Buescher, Austin Cindric, Riley Herbst, Austin Dillon, William Byron, Carson Hocevar, Corey Heim, David Gillen, Daniel Suarez, and Ryan Preece, your top 20. Hello, Jets.
Usually not an intro updating barely ever use this home computer. Unless it's to put light charge that would be
It's true. You can save hundreds one way with Liberty.
It's Liberty, you two dimwits. Chris Buescher led a lap. Carson Hocevar led 6. 83 led by Hamlin. 38 now by Larson. 2 were led by Reddick at the start of the race. So we've only had 4 different leaders, 9 lead changes, and the obligatory stage end caution. Emphasis on obligatory. Next week, NASCAR hits Talladega. Bowman going around Van Gisbergen, trying to catch Bubba Wallace. That would be for 8th. We just got around him. Wallace on fresher tires than everyone in front of him, with the exceptions of Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, and Tyler Reddick. Everyone else pitted sooner than he did. And Chris Buescher, who pitted a lap later than he did.
smooth smile skills. It'll kill a fella, but if blue touches white, it's light. And for the nuts.
We'll come back later.
At Napa, we know that the right undercar solutions can stop safety issues before they start. Further with and grow your business from brakes to suspension change.
Keselowski moves to 9th, Buescher to 10th, and Buescher about to get around Keselowski. That's going to move him back in the 9th. Having said that, they're still well over 2 seconds behind Wallace for 8th. Still, I wish for a nicer turnout like it was in the glory days of NASCAR, like when the track first opened in the early 2000s. Damn you to hell, Jimmy Johnson, for being a cheapskate for 5 straight years, winning those 5 straight titles. You killed enjoyment with the sport. That's not good for Reddick. That's not good if you're Tyler Reddick. $29 to go. Christopher Bell going around Cole Custer. Little consequence to anyone. Cole's a good bit off the pace, about a lap, maybe 2 down. 5 seconds back, separating Hamlin from Larson. So Hamlin's still got a long way to go before he can catch him. Ty Gibbs 11 seconds off pace. Currently sits in 6th. Bubba Wallace breathing down his neck, about a second behind him. About a second and a half behind him, excuse me. Bubba Wallace scraping with the wall. He moved up to 7th. After he got around Chase Briscoe. Now, keep in mind, Van Gisbergen, who is behind Briscoe, he is not on the lead lap. The next car behind them is behind Briscoe is Brad Keselowski, who we're on board with, currently sitting in 9th in the 6th car. He's moved up 10 spots from where he started. But he is complaining that the car is tight. Is a bit too tight for his liking. This may mean a wedge adjustment, a wedge or a track bar next time they go in. Chris Buescher is currently in 10th. He started 7th, but he hit the wall near the end of the first stage, which cost him 3 stage points. Alec Bowman currently sits in 11th. He's been out for the last month due to vertigo issues with vertigo episodes, which means he may have some issues of motion sickness. Austin Cindric currently sitting in 12th. He started this thing 32nd due to a Then you got Hocevar behind him in 13th, Riley Herbst in 14th. William Byron has fallen off in 15th. Hocevar moves into 12th. $21 to go on this stage. Again, Allmendinger, not a car of consequence. AJ Allmendinger, not a car of consequence. He's dead last, at least 3 laps down at this point. Let's check. How far behind is AJ? Let's see, how far behind is he? 3. Yes, he is 3 off the pace alongside Cody Ware, Michael McDowell, and Zane Smith. Ty Dillon, Shane Van Gisberger, Bergen, Connor Zillich, Noah Gragson, Joey Logano, Josh Berry, Ross Chastain are all 2 laps down. And John Hunter Nemechek, Eric Jones, Kyle Busch, Cole Custer, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and now Ryan Blaney are all 1 lap off. Keselowski moves to 8th, getting around Chase Briscoe. Bubba Wallace moves in the 6th. Buescher goes to 9th. Briscoe falls to 10th. Which isn't much saying considering how far off the cliff RCR is falling. Todd Gilliland in 18th. Ryan Preece in 19th. He's the penultimate car on the lead lap. The one who is the last car on the lead lap is Daniel Suarez. Preece has not had a good day on that car. $17 to go. Larson's lead is starting to shrink, but is it going to be enough for Hamlin to catch him before the stage ends?
Here's what we'll say about the road to greatness. It ain't Ford, it's an It sure isn't paved. Just admitted.
Trying to predict the future is a hazardous occupation. The only thing we can be sure of is that it will be absolutely fantastic. I'm thinking of the incredible breakthrough of the communications satellite. These things were made possible, in which we can be in instant contact. When that time comes, the whole world will shrunk to a point.
This is Arby's new French Dip Royale. One bite of the melty provolone, caramelized onions, and steak seasoning will have you saying, "Hello, Your Royal Highness."
Aye, puns.
The Bush Guy, bold and smooth survival skills. To avoid going in circles, make note of recognizable landmarks, like that.
What's wrong with going in circles?
Different circles, Ross.
Okay.
And for the mountains.
Can one blame me for groaning over bad puns? I don't. Ready or not, next week, NASCAR hits Talladega, where everyone lives on a prayer. It's fucking Dega time next week. ARCA kicks off the action Sunday at 12:30. Then the O'Reilly Autopot Series at 4 on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the big one. What's the point of a 1:30 pre-show? I miss the days when NASCAR tracks would just start at 1 o'clock in specific areas. In the meantime, 153 laps down, 11 to go on this cycle on this stage. Larson continues to lead the pack, and he gets around Daniel Suarez. He's gotten around Daniel Suarez, or trying to get around him. Let's look at the AdventHealth inside ride. This is from the view of Eric Jones. Hamlin continuing to close the gap as he continues to get as much clearing air as Larson is getting dirty air from the lap traffic he's facing down. A lead that was once 5 seconds has been cut down to less than 3. Now it's only 2 seconds back between Larson and Hamlin. Hamlin is not giving up that stage lead without a fight. But it looks like Larson's lead is continuing to shrink. It's almost down to under 2 seconds from him back to Denny Hamlin. And it now officially is under 2 seconds from Larson back to Hamlin. You gotta wonder if Larson's luck with the lead is gonna run out soon. Every millisecond, every second, tenth of a second counts. This is on board Ty Gibbs, who currently sits 7th. Brad Keselowski is about half a second behind him. That would be for 7th when Brad gets to him. Then you got Chris Buescher and Chase Briscoe behind them. About anywhere from half to a full second behind them. Bubba Wallace continuing to chew into it as he's about 4 seconds ahead of Gibbs and about how many seconds behind Bell? 2, a little less than 2 behind Christopher Bell. 7 to go. This time by on this. 6 to go on this. 6 to go on this stage. This is Cindric, Hyman, Bowman. That's 14th back to 16th. Drivers to win their 300th start: Ned Jarrett, Cale Yarborough, Rusty Wallace, Casey Kane, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace. This is his 300th career start. Six to go. 1.8 seconds back from Larson to Hamlin. Larson, Keselowski and Buescher, this is for 8th. Gibbs ahead of them in 7th. Keselowski shuts the door on Buescher for now, but Buescher's not giving up that fight. Buescher going to go to the inside, trying to keep Keselowski from the out. Now he swings to the outside. This is again from the rear view of Keselowski. And when you consider Brad's track record with the stage system in recent years, he hasn't had a lot of luck in scoring stage points, let alone wins. Gibbs now has Keselowski coming up on his bumper. Two to go. Keselowski going low to the inside. That lane gets cut off. Keselowski going low again to the inside. Was that pun intended? Keselowski goes under. Will he get 7th this time? Yes, he does. Last lap and stage 2 will belong to Kyle Larson. He manages to hold up. Denny Hamlin finishes the stage 2nd. Then it's Tyler Reddick, Chase Elliott, Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski, Ty Gibbs, Chris Buescher, and Carson Hocevar, who end the stage in the top 10. Now get ready for stage 3. Switch color to yellow. I really hate these bullshit stage cautions. So Kyle Larson will get 10 bonus points in stage points. Denny Hamlin gets 9. Tyler Reddick gets 8. 7 for Chase Elliott. 6 for Christopher Bell. 5 for Bubba Wallace. Brad Keselowski will get 4. 3 for Ty Gibbs. 2 for Chris Buescher. And Carson Hocevar will get 1. And for those wondering, yes, I do expect these guys to go into the pits pretty damn soon. I mean, every one of the front runners to go into the pits pretty damn soon. PDS, pretty damn soon. Daniel Suarez will be put back on the lead lap. We'll get back on the lead lap. He will be allowed back to the lead, permitted back on the lead lap.
Some things are out of reach. But a card with access to exceptional benefits isn't one of them. Welcome to the Credit One Bank American Express Suite. Credit One Bank for what's ahead. Born from Bootbreakers. By Bootbreakers.
There's been no discipline from the team today outside of MJ Melendez and Baines Torrens. Seriously, Foster, you walked the bases loaded? You dumbass. You fucking dumbass.
chops at the wheel and turning. So yeah, we have fun on that show. But it was that video was pretty intriguing.
That's cool.
Well, guys, if you come to Kansas with Oak Clint, you gotta have some good barbecue. You're gonna have good. Better say this emblem right here. A lot of good barbecue. Q39. There's a bunch of them here, but Jack Stack's my favorite. And I figured, buddies, some Jack Stack. Here you go, Kevin. And if you're gonna, the Kansas City connection is definitely ends. Burn-ins are where it's at. Try one. Go ahead, Mike.
No, they smell good.
I'll just for you. Okay, go ahead. That's definitely there. Try one.
All right, we're gonna leave Clint holding the bag.
Oh, Kansas barbecue. This is going to be done. Kansas City sweet barbecue from Kansas City. Where will 2028 NFL draft be? Oh, I'm on. Pit crew rankings out. Out of the top 5, Tyler Reddick has the worst pit crew. Christopher Bell the best. But let's see who's going to come in. How many of these got what? Here come the pit. Here come the teams. Here come the leaders. And Blaney needs this. He is a lap down. Larson leads the pack into the pits. Bell will get into his pit first. Then Keselowski. Then Elliott. Then Larson. Then Reddick. Elliott's out. McGillen's out. Larson is out. Reddick's out. Hamlin's out. Reddick's out. It's going to be Hamlin, Reddick. It's going to be Hamlin, Bell, Larson, Reddick, Wallace, Gibbs, Buescher, Keselowski, Hocevar, and Briscoe, the top 10 coming out of the pit. So we had a Toyota and a Chevy win the first 2 stages. Hamlin, the Toyota, and Larson, the Chevy, who have been the 2 most dominant cars on the track so far. And as I mentioned, Hamlin got out of the pit first, so he'll be the lead car. $97 to go. I wonder how the NBA is doing today. Okay. There it is. What was the game that was supposed to be on today? Spurs and Nuggets? No, it was Spurs and Blazers.
Some say be the change. I say keep the change. Visit Jack for a chance to win $75K.
Let's see how it's going.
Racing is an expensive sport, and I remember my dad working 24/7 because he's taking care of my racing. So
Thank God these are on ABC and not NBC. It's easier to pick up on this thing now.
he set up the original Spectrum sponsorship, and I think that's the most part for me to see how successful he is. So
I hate when this damn thing goes. This is Espanol.
During the Hendrick Spring Sales Event, drive with zero down payment. Enjoy rates as low as 0%. Or make no payments for 90 days. Start your
And how it's playing out is how we would have expected it.
Supply house is always in my back pocket.
They have the parts that I need and they can get them in no time.
24-14 in favor of the Thunder. Suns just called a timeout.
For more specific forecasts, just turn to Pinpoint Weather.
Live here at Kansas Speedway, where Kyle Larson, at his last win came here. He is trying to get his first victory of the season and wins this race.
Let's go back to, let's recap. Early for the lead, Hamlin and Reddick fought. Reddick got the lead briefly, but Hamlin took it back and dominated stage one. Blaney had pit road problems bumping into Allmendinger, and that cost Allmendinger 3 laps. Hamlin won stage one easily. But in stage two, Kyle Larson overtook him. Stage two went to Larson. It's Jamie McMurray, who's part of the commentary crew for Fox Sports. I mean, I do like that some of these guys who have retired from racing, like over the years, like Kyle Petty, Jeff Gordon, Dale Jarrett, Michael Waltrip, Jamie McMurray, Regan Smith, Clint Boyer, Kevin Harvick are finding ways to address their time, to aid in the sport outside while not being directly involved in it nowadays. Pace cars off the track, and we are back to green with 94 to go. And Hamlin gets a good jump. Briscoe goes below the line. Briscoe moves into ninth. Here comes Bubba. Bell trying to get around Hamlin. This is for the lead. Can he get the cut around? Yes, he does. Christopher Bell to the front. Hamlin trying to fight back and cut him off, but he won't do so this time. Osavar moves into fifth. Here comes Hamlin again. Bell drops down to try to cut him off. Keselowski moves to 9th, getting around Gibbs. This is for 9th between him and Keselowski. Now Keselowski dipping under. I hope he got his car a little looser than it's been all day. Keselowski hasn't gotten any higher than 7th at any point in this race, and that was during a pit cycle. Here comes Larson trying to catch up to Bubba. Bell increasing his lead over Hamlin, over his teammate by almost half a second. Buescher is up to 6th. Three wide between Gibbs, Briscoe, and Keselowski. This is for from 8th back to 10th. Brad had to pull up. He'll drop to 10th. And unfortunately, Keselowski got caught in the middle in that exchange. Here comes Austin, who has been fighting from 32nd back. It is getting harder out there. Bell continues to lead the pack. Keselowski gets around Gibbs again from 9th. $86 to go. 182 down in a 267 lap race. Keselowski and Gibbs continue to trade 9th and 10th. Now Cindric moves into 10th. Now Keselowski moves back into 10th. Buescher moves up to 5th. Cindric to 10th. Larson is 5th. Keselowski back to 10th. It's a never-ending game of cat and mouse for the 5th and 10th spots. While the front four, which are all Toyotas, continue to pull away. This is one of the main reasons I was against Toyotas ever being allowed into the circuit. Gibbs moves to 8th, Briscoe to 8th. Their packages are just too modern for the Fords and Chevys to keep up with. I mean, the Dodge cars I could live with being in the circuit when they did it in 2001, but they got phased out by the 2010 season. But they got phased out by 2010. But by 2010, and the Dodge package got phased out. Keselowski and Cindric continue to exchange the 10th spot. 83 to go. Reddick trying to held down, trying to catch him. And here comes Keselowski. This is for 9th. Trying to get underneath Briscoe. Briscoe high towards the wall. And Keselowski moves into 9th. That's not good if you're Ty Gibbs. You think that was the Gibbs radio.
If you could give him an audio, at least race car doesn't sound like that, does it, Kevin?
Gibbs' car is unbearably loose. I think that's what he's telling his crew. He can't turn it properly all that well. And this is allowing guys like Cindric and Keselowski to catch him.
So it's a fine line between making your car comfortable to drive with the back end of the racetrack and
Hamlin, half a second behind Bell, 2 seconds back to Reddick, 3 seconds back to Wallace, a full second back to Larson, and then about 2/10 of a second back to Buscher, 3/4 of a second back to Hocevar, a second and a half back to Gibbs, half a second back to Keselowski, 4/10 of a second back to Cindric, and that's your top 10. Briscoe is falling off the pace too. Priest about trying to keep Elliott off the pass, but Elliott's going to get around him. I believe that was for like 12th or 13th. Oh, he's too tight. I thought he was too loose. Oh, that was for 12th. Hamlin slowly chewing into that lead of Christopher Bell's.
get ever larger in his rearview mirror. So here's the opportunity. What you look for when you're trying to pass there is
Gibbs' teammates. That last car felt rough Chastain.
stay high, get a run on him up off the corner. Those are opportunities with these issues.
Chase Elliott now passes Chase Briscoe. That is for 11. Chase Elliott gets around Chase Briscoe. That's for 11. And that was for 11. That can only mean one thing. The car's tight. Briscoe's car is tight. Priest and Herbst getting ready to get around him. Priest for 12. Coming in on the inside. Not going to get it this time by. 76 to go. A lot of cars getting tight this late in the race. That's not a good sign for any driver. And with the exception of stage cautions, we haven't had any caution flags. Not for debris, not for a wreck. Seriously, what the fuck is going on in this race? Be honest with me, folks. Why is this race lacking in cautions? 74 to go. Winner of stage 1, for those wondering, was Denny Hamlin. Stage 2 winner, Kyle Larson. And Bell's lead is really starting to shrink between him and Hamlin. We haven't had that many lap leaders. Christopher Bell has now led each of the last 20 laps, 88 laps led by Denny Hamlin, who has led the most, 2 laps by Tyler Reddick, 77 by Kyle Larson, 1 by Chris Buescher, and 6 by Carson Hocevar. So all of our lap leaders have been within the top 7. Our drivers who are currently amongst the top 7. And this is what makes NASCAR kind of boring nowadays. Thanks, folks.
Does RAV stand for rush hour avoidance vehicle? Or really aerodynamic vehicle? It's a reverse aging vehicle! I can do it with my glasses! Toyota, let's go places. Some weekends come and go. Others forever. Stories told loud. Tailgates that never end. Strangers become best friends. Yeah.
Let me be blind. If the Mets win today, you saved your ass today, Mendoza. For now. But that's a big F. You're only up 1-0. That he has. Gibbs has started to pull away from the cars that are behind him in 8th. And from 9th on back, that's Brad Keselowski, Austin Cindric, Chase Elliott, Ryan Preece, Chase Briscoe, Riley Herbst, Corey Heim, Alec Bohm, William Byron. It is getting tighter out there, but Bell now begins to expand on his lead over Hamlin. But the big question is, when is anyone going to come into the pits? It's only a matter of time before the pit window opens, before pit road is going to see some visitors. Hocevar holding steady at 7th. The big question is, when we get to the pits, who's coming in first? Cody Ware comes in for one last adjustment of some kind. I don't know what. But he's well off the pace anyway. Dead last. Five laps off. Allmendinger is 4 off, and outside of those two, no more than 3 off the pace. This is on board Ty Gibbs' camera. Gibbs moves to 7th, getting around Hocevar. Keselowski coming up on them, but here comes Hocevar right back. able to get back around him. Here comes Keselowski again. The question is, who's it going to be who gets the pit stop? 2:63 to go. Lap 40 of 102 on this cycle. Keselowski moves in, fighting for 8th now to get ahead of Hocevar, and he's barely able to. And my neck is really starting to kill me. Hocevar and Keselowski gets a little loose, skates the wall, but saves it. But it's going to cost him some time, cost him a little space.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen. Chicken sandwich, total up. More crap. Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
It's Cod's biggest sale of the year. 5% on moving and storage until May 18th, and see why Pods is America's #1 company, whether you're relocating or renovating.
Reddick now closing in on Hamlin for 2nd. Chastain, the car of no consequence. He is off the lead lap by about he's 2 laps off the pace at minimum. And Larson and Reddick moves into 2nd. Oh, Chastain is 3 off the pace in 30 seconds. Excuse me. I thought he was 2 off. I thought he was 2 off the lead, but whatever.
That's why we're the bank that's your ally.
Keselowski gets around Hocevar. That was for 8th. And that was after briefly getting loose. Hocevar going back under. Bell scattered, getting around each driver as he goes. Gets around Vince Gisbergen to put him down another lap. And he gets around William Byron to put him down. Oh, wait, that's not Byron. Excuse me. That is. I don't know which number that is. It's not Allmendinger's car. That might be Ty Dillon's car. They just went around. 58 laps to go. Christopher Bell leading the pack and putting a lot of distance between himself and Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin. Top 5 are Bell, Reddick, Wallace, Hamlin, Wallace, and Larson. Then you have Busher, Gibbs, Keselowski, Hocevar, and Cindric, your top 10. Sam Smith, lap again. Christopher Bell has really been running it rampant here in his final lap in this 3rd stage. Looks like Bell's complaining that his car is just a tick loose. I mean, that his car is just a tad loose on entry points. Austin Cindric now moves into 9th, getting around Carson Hocevar, who's starting to slip again. That is a good question, Larry. Excuse me?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely lost a few tips to the front two cars, and he was right with them up until 3 or 4 laps ago.
Christopher Bell has to go around Cole Custer again, and he does.
Because Chastain was just on pit road 20 laps ago. Remember, he was on that alternate strategy when he took the wave around at the end of the stage, so he flew right into the race leader. So Christopher Bell's kind of walking it out right now, trying to get to that pit stop.
He's going to be under fire from Tyler Reddick shortly.
Yeah, talk about trial under fire. The trial by fire. Here comes Tyler Reddick, now really walking the Bell dog. The lead's down to half a second from Bell back to Reddick. 6 more laps before we get to the green flag point that Larry pointed out. And for Ross, he needs to get back on the lead lap, and he needs to get back on it fast. And Hamlin is going into the pit early. Interesting decision. I can see why, though. He got a little too tight, so he's going to come in early. He's going to drop him out significantly. Keselowski moves to 6. Is Gibbs in? I believe he might be. No, he is not. At least I don't think he is. No, he's not. Cindric checks into the pits. Austin Cindric checks in. One more to go before everyone comes in. Austin Dillon comes in. Alex Bowman comes in. Austin Dillon is in. Austin Cindric is out. Ty Gibbs is coming in. Joey Logano checks in. I mean, Ty Gibbs has been unbearably tight all race. Kyle Larson checks in, he comes into the pits. Brad Keselowski is coming in. Ryan Preece is in. Shane Van Gisbergen comes in. Riley Herbst is in. That only leaves those in the top 7 who haven't checked in yet, who haven't come in yet. That's Bell all the way down to Hine. Suarez at 8, he hasn't checked in yet. Chris Buescher checks in. Chris Buescher into the pits. Todd Dillon is coming out. Here comes Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace. That leaves Carson Hocevar, Chase Elliott, Daniel Suarez, and Christopher Bell, the only drivers not to come into the pits yet. Here comes Chris, and speaking of the devil, here he comes. Christopher Bell checks into the pits. He's going to check in, and this will put Daniel Suarez, of all people, to the front, unless he decides to come into the pits. Because once Suarez checks in, that's going to put the lead. That's going to cycle the lead over to Hamlin. Suarez will take the lead for the moment. Hamlin will go to second, Bell to third, Reddick to third, Larson to fourth, to fifth, Reddick to fourth, Larson to fifth. Yeah, but he's not going to hold it for long. Here he comes.
So that was 5 laps. Shortly
Suarez's tires going flat. Hamlin will go to the lead. Suarez is going to have to come in now. He'll get a bonus point for leading a lap, but that's it. Hamlin will inherit the lead. Reddick will go to second. Then Bell, Larson, Wallace, Gibbs, Briscoe, Keselowski, Cindric, Busher will be the top 10.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing with the 11 can't happen is what happened at the end of the previous report. He fell off really bad. Hopefully being able to have a little bit more clean air allows that tire to last a little bit longer this
44 to go.
make up for the deficit that they had the last run. But both of those cars are
Joey Logano in front of Hamlin again.
4.3 second advantage Hamlin had at the end of the pit cycle is Sam's falling through the hourglass pretty fast. Reddick's already knocked more than a second out of Hamlin's lead.
Yeah, that's right here. This is not what Tyler Reddick wants to see. Having to deal with the 30 people.
Yeah, this is definitely what you don't want to see if you are Denny Hamlin. The time being chewed up by Tyler Reddick. And it's even worse when you got lap traffic in front of you for both men, but more so if you're Hamlin. Look at who you got in front of you. Joey Logano. Joey Logano, Ross Chastain. I don't know who that is next to Chastain, and a few others.
That's the guy that really got snookered on that pit cycle. 45 just beat him to the punch right there to get to pit road first and jump over Christopher Bell. Larry?
Yeah, just looking at the actual pit stops, the time they were in the box. Denny Hamlin was 10.6. Tyler Reddick was 9.5. 20. 9.05.
Hamlin is having more of his lead time chewed off. I mean, he dominated the Martinsville race only for bad luck to hit him there. And Reddick continues to chew away at that lead. It's down to 2.5 seconds with 40 to go. And with 45 to go. And with 40 to go. Then it's 2 seconds back to Christopher Bell, another 1.5 seconds back to Kyle Larson, 0.5 second back to Bubba Wallace, 2.5 seconds back to Ty Gibbs, almost 2 seconds back to Chase Briscoe, 0.1 second, and back to Brad Keselowski, 2 seconds back to Chris Buescher, and Austin Cindric is about 0.5 second behind Buescher in 10th. Then it's 2 seconds back to Carson Hocevar, a full almost 1.3 seconds or so back to Chase Elliott in 12th. Ryan Preece is almost 2 seconds back of him. And then it's 1/4 second back to Alex Bowman. 0.5 second or more back to Corey Heim. 0.5 second back to Riley Herbst. 1.5 seconds back to William Byron. And almost a full second back to Austin Dillon, who is the last car on the lead lap. Keselowski and Briscoe, this is for 7th. Briscoe's going to hold it for now. Keselowski goes low, takes the spot away, and comes up high to take the spot away. Keselowski moves into 7th.
Thank you both for coming in. I'm a bit worried about Doug Jr. I know how important Liberty Mutual is to your family.
37 to go. Larson, Christopher Bell sits in 4th. Larson got around him for third. Bubba Wallace now coming up on him. Now be for fourth. And behind him in fifth and sixth is Ty Gibbs.
To tell you the truth, we could take
Wallace goes low. Won't get the lead. Won't move into the fourth spot there. Reddick's lead back from Hamlin to Reddick is now up to 3.3 seconds. Wallace going low to get the spot from Bell. This is for fourth, and he's going to not get there. But he'll get it this time, clearing Christopher Bell for third. Cole Custer again, and Ross Chastain. Uh-oh, Chastain's off pace. He's going into the pits. Something happened to Ross. I don't know what. Let's check replay. This is what happened to Kyle Larson. 2023 spring race, crash, Denny Hamlin won. Fall race of 23. Won by Kyle Reddick. 24 spring race. By a nose, it was Kyle Larson who won. Emphasis on by a nose. Last fall race, Chase Elliott edged it out. What's going to happen today? Denny Hamlin has got a smooth lead. Yeah, good lead. I don't know what happened to Ross as to why he went into pit road. Yeah, except right for Christopher Bell. Let's see what happened here. Rosenberg Cindric fighting for 10th. Okay, he scraped it there. And Wallace gets loose, but he's able to save it. He ends up getting loose trying to cut in front of Bell to keep him from getting back into the spot, and he's able to save it. I hate these caution-free races. If you exclude the stage race, the stages, the obligatory stage cautions. Hopefully, we'll get some shit like this out when they leave Kansas and head to Sweet Home Alabama next week, and the cars go to Sweet Home Alabama next week. Up next, Cup Series IndyCar racing in Long Beach, and the next week Talladega. Damn it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Fucking knew it. Red trying to cut into that lead again. It's down to around 2 seconds. Under 3 seconds again. 29 to go. Yeah, that put Busch 5 laps down. 6 laps down. He's now 27 to go. Hamlin will get the additional bonus point for leading the most laps. 106 today. No one can get more than him. Van Hammer, not really. I don't have a bell ringing on him. In any case, $25 to go. Like half of me doesn't want to know what the hell they're saying to each other these days. Ow, my neck just popped again. Kosovar trying. Oh, that's McDowell. Excuse me. 24 to go. 2-second lead back to Tyler Reddick, now down to 2 seconds. Larson's 6 back of the leaders. There's still time for Reddick to catch Hamlin, but due to the lap traffic that's about to come up in front of Hamlin. But can those tires hold up? Both cars have been fairly tight. On average, in the first 8 races this year, last cautions with 21 to go, and both Atlanta and Bristol ended in overtime. Former won by Reddick, latter won by Gibbs. We're in race number 9 of 36. This is from Todd Dillon. He is 8th. He is off the lead lap. I believe he's in the top 20 still. He is in the top 20, though. Let's see where he sits, though. But let's see where he sits. 19th, 1 lap off. Alec Bowman, Corey Hines, this is for 13th. This is for 14th, and now they're catching Ryan Preece, who's in 13th. $22 to go. I do believe Corey Hine will get a full-time contract next year. Here for front row rate for Trackhouse Racing or whatever it's called. He will next season get a full-time contract, and we'll see what he can really do. Right now, he's on a partial schedule contract due to his commitment to the Truck Series, into the Craftsman Truck Series. Or at the very least, he'll get an O'Reilly contract, auto parts contract, series contract. Hine will not get the spot, but he will get this time by. But here comes Herbst to give Bowen a little push. Hine will take over 13th.
See that 35 car, Bradley Herbst right there. Corey Hine's teammate. He's actually done a great job today.
I'm currently in 16th. Herbst currently in 16th. Trying to get into 15th and get all 4 2311 cars into the top 15, and he will not. And he will at this point. But he's been pretty much stuck in that spot. House cars have been in around the top 15 in their own right. Keselowski in 7th, Busher in 9th, Preece in 13th. Red down has cut the deficit down to a 1.5 seconds between him and Denny Hamlin.
It's just a matter of how big the chunks are at the end of this run. When does that 11 car shut off again with that right front tire?
Stenhouse Jr. is the car in between them. Reddick looking for his 5th win of the season. Hamlin looking for his 2nd.
Stage 1's going to be a ride, 98 laps, but stage 2 and 3 at 45 laps apiece. What do you think, Bill?
I don't like that idea, to be honest. Gibbs gets around, Hamlin gets around Stenhouse. Keselowski gives Pfeiffer 6. Keselowski gets it for now. He takes the spot for now. Emphasis on for now.
Denny Hamlin has won the last 2 mile-and-a-half track races on the circuit. Last driver in 3 straight was Martin Truex back in 2017.
But that lead continues to shrink. 15 to go, and it's down to just under a 2.25 from Hamlin back to Reddick. And in a matter of laps, I do see that 45 being on the back bumper of the 11th. That's not good if you're Hamlin. That's not good for Denny. He's moving around the track too much. He's now down to about under a 2nd from him back to Reddick. 14 to go. Rex staying in the draft line that he needs to follow Hamlin through. 13 to go this time by. Coming up to half, he's about to be about half a second behind Hamlin.
Chase format now for full 10 races. But winning is still especially important because there's a huge point bonus for winning. It's not just a matter of progression of points or first, second, third. The winner gets a big.
Hamlin shakes it again.
The point standing lead so far all of this season. But Hamlin can eat into this lead.
Reddick has been fighting a loose car, and when you look at the point standing, Reddick has been hammering it. Then it's Hamlin, Blaney, Ty, Kyle, Chase, Chris, Bubba, William, Brad, Chris, Carson, Ryan, Joey, Daniel, and Chase. The cutoff, Briscoe is the current cutoff driver, but he is falling off as it stands right now. That he is. It's now down to about 0.3 of a second. And Reddick now coming into 2, going for the lead. Something's wrong with Hamlin with 10 to go. Reddick going to the inside. Hamlin will lead that lap, but with 10 to go, Reddick about to pass him. They're side by side going into turn 1. Reddick to the lead. And those tires that were fresher by 5 laps paid dividends. 9 to go. Reddick now in front. Can this team do fucking something? I have to go out to Chicago and then New York and kill those. Won't say he needs to die. He needs to, or at the very least get his ass kicked. Nope. 8 to go. Chase Briscoe gets around Corey Hine for 12. That's for 13. Here comes the run by Hamlin. Dillon trying to stay in the lead lap. Coming low. Will Hamlin pass him back? No, he won't. Not in this exchange. Yeah, very tight. 5 to go. Going into turn 2. Coming into turn 1 and going into turn out. Coming into the next. Reddick trying to get around Dillon. Dillon trying to stay in the lead lap. Hamlin trying frantically to get back around Reddick. Uh-oh, Hamlin gave up some ground. Four to go. Where you go this time by? Hamlin now right in the line of sight. 2 to go. 3 to go, but Red pulls away briefly. Coming into turn 3, going into turn 4. 2 to go this time by. Reddick holding the line. Here comes Reddick got loose. Hamlin back to the lead. 2 to go. But will that right front hold up if you're Denny Hamlin? That's the question. 2 miles to go. And now Reddick mounting the charge. Shit, it's... And we're going to go to overtime. Cody Ware spins out. Joe Gibbs and Michael Jordan have got to be beating themselves over this. We're going to go to overtime. Cubs about to win 2-1 at minimum. Austin Dillon will get the freebie. We go to overtime. Let's see. How many laps are we going to do? So it means everybody's going to come into the pit if they're running out of gas at this point. Your top 10 going in overtime are Denny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski, Carson Hocevar, Ty Gibbs, Chase Elliott, and Chris Buescher. Here comes the front liners. Bell's out of his pit first. Keselowski comes out next. Then Elliott. Hamlin coming out. Who's going to get out first? It's going to be Hamlin. Then it's Reddick, Larson, Bell, Wallace, Keselowski. Most of these guys coming in took two. Everyone in the top 10 that came in took 2 tires. He opted for a 2-tire stop instead of 4. Cody Ware spinning out the cause of this caution.
Change happens fast. Lock in your internet price for 5 years and get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity.
We'll get we'll do as many overtimes as we can. Everyone filled up with fuel and they got 2 tires instead of 4.
You chase sharper, tougher, faster in every lap.
And when you give everything you got, you don't just win. You inspire what comes next.
With schizophrenia, it can feel like your symptoms decide what you do and who you can be. If you have symptoms, be bold and ask your healthcare provider about Cobenfy. That's why
Why do I have a feeling this is a drug that's being used for a cover-up operation that amplifies schizophrenia, not stops it or deafens it? I don't know why. I just feel that it does.
Don't take allergic to Cobenfy. Have trouble emptying your bladder or stomach, certain liver problems, or untreated narrow-angle glaucoma. Serious side effects such as urinary retention, worsening liver, kidney, bile duct, and gallbladder problems.
Nice going, Kimberly. Kimberly, you bonehead.
Increased heart rate and side effects in those with kidney problems may occur. Don't drive or use heavy machinery until you know
It's going to lose again. Just know it.
swelling of your face, lips, mouth, tongue, throat, hoarseness, difficulty speaking, breathing, or emptying your bladder.
Imagine what could be.
This is why I hate you, Carlos Mendoza. Your reckless need to bullpen gamble. He's fucking he's fired him. That's all I'm asking.
There are the tires taken on this stop. The first 10 took 2 tires. Chase Briscoe, the first car on 4 tires. Every car on the lead lap stopped. Now remember last fall, Chase Elliott restarted 10th in the last stop. He was the first car on 4 tires. And watch what happened. There is Elliott, the light blue car on the restart.
And I'll just watch out for him on these restarts as far as everything that opens up. And he just kept his foot in it, carried his momentum. These two cars up front, the 11 and 23, have a little bit of contact right here. And Chase Elliott hasn't left it yet.
But we'll see. We'll see, Clint. And from Briscoe back, everyone took 4. Gillen and Suarez are back on the lead lap.
Well, we've seen Denny Hamlin struggle on a couple restarts today compared to Larson and Reddick and some of these cars around him. So he's going to have to get a great restart because he's got a few of the best in the business right behind him with Reddick, Larson, Bell. They're always pretty aggressive on these restarts to make something happen. It's game on.
So those two Toyotas will take the front row, just opposite positions from
Then it'll be Larson, Bell in row 2, Keselowski and Gibbs in row 3, Cindric and Briscoe in row 5, Wallace and Keselowski in row 3, excuse me. Gibbs and Reddick on the outside. Hamlin will be on the inside. Bell on the outside, Larson on the end. Wallace on the out, Keselowski on the end. Then it's Gibbs on the out, Elliott on the end, Cindric on the out, Briscoe on the end. Then it's Buescher, Byron, Priest, Herbst, Heim, Holsavar, Bowman, and Dillon out to in respectively in that order. In that order, going from outside to inside on the track. This may be the first, last, and only fucking caution of this race. But let's see how the dice roll here in Kansas. Here we go. Green flag out. We're going to go green, white, checker, hopefully. Hamlin's going to get the jump. But he's got no pusher. Larson going low. And gets to the lead. 4 wide. But here comes Christopher Bell. He hits the wall. Oh, no. But Hamlin is able to save it. And he's good. White flag's out. It doesn't matter. Briscoe to third. Here comes Hamlin. Reddick to the front. Here comes Larson. But it may be too late. Tyler Reddick is going to win his 5th race of the season. Kyle Larson finishes 2nd. 3rd place goes to Chase Briscoe. Denny Hamlin 4th. Bubba Waltz 5th. Then it's Brad Keselowski, William Byron, Chase Elliott, Ty Gibbs, and Chris Buescher, your top 10. Let's forget to get rid of this. And 2311 Racing has won its 5th race of the season. Now let's get to some fucking basketball. I'd like to thank everyone who bothered to show up for this. Comment, like, share, and subscribe to the Aboriginal Hardcore Sports Networks and my own channel, Mets 2128. I'm done. Goodbye. Good fucking night. Bang.